the Prentice Alsop Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
The show is brought to you by Prentice Alsop Heating and Air, family owned and operated since 1977. Get the best service with Prentice Alsop Heating and Air online at PrenticeAlsop.com. I'm Danny Brewer. Man, I'm really excited now because I got Matt Rigsby in front of me, the head basketball coach for the Siegel Stars. Coach Rigsby, how are you this morning?
I'm good, DB. How are you?
Yeah,
Everything
man,
good?
Outstanding. You know, it's a great time of year. We got, me and we were just talking about the horse racing is exciting today. We got there's a lot of pretty good college football later on today. There's high school basketball tournaments. You guys have been planning one over at Riverdale where I think there's a lot of good teams over there. Yesterday maybe didn't go the way you want. Let's talk about what happened yesterday. You guys, I think, got beat by Franklin.
Tell you what, speaking of Riverdale, if you hear Coach Voss's interview this morning on these same airwaves, he's not lying, folks. He's built a heck of a lineup. Boys basketball teams at this thing. And obviously Franklin's one of them. And, we're still trying to find our way a little bit and confusing some things that, maybe we can have some holes we need to clear up. And I was like, shoot, he released his schedule. I don't know if we belong, boys and girls. I was scared because I knew enough about Franklin High School. And we do belong. I mean, we got beat by 4, down 12 in the fourth quarter. Clawed it back, had a free throw to go up one, missed it. They get a bucket. That's what good teams do. And but I think we had a look at a 3 to tie it with about 6 seconds left, maybe. Then had to got in the foul game well before that, actually. But we battled. I mean, Carter Webb 16 of 16 from the free throw line for 29 points. I said that correctly. 16 of 16.
16 for 16. Because, to me, free throw shooting is a little bit of a lost art. I don't know. I know you being a fundamentalist, you work on it, but I don't know how many kids really put a lot of value in free throw shooting like they should.
Well, we changed things up about a year ago, and we don't just shoot free throws in practice. You have to hit an X amount of perfect ones, whether it's before a water break, hit 3 perfect, as in they cannot hit the rim. They have to be pure, perfect.
Nothing but net.
Nothing but net. And so I think that's helped lock their focus in a little bit. Of course, Carter Webb's been a phenomenal free throw shooter since his freshman year anyway. I think he shot 88% last year.
That's pretty strong.
It was funny. He was like 88.1, and Mac Moss got him. Mac was like 88.3. So that was a running joke we ribbed Carter on. But, it's like my dad always said, son, they don't call him free for nothing. So
Right.
he could get angry at me, or not angry at me for making a turnover and miss a shot. But if I missed a free throw, I didn't want to ride home with him. He didn't like it.
Well, I'm sure because that was when I coached little kids basketball, that was the same thing that I preached. It's free. It's a free opportunity to get points. Nobody's guarding you. It's just you and the rim. And so I think the importance, and I think oftentimes when you look at games, the team that makes the most free throws usually wins.
Right. And, back to the Franklin game, they've got a phenomenal post player, and his name's Christian Brown. He's Madison Sinee, and that was a good matchup for my post player, my 6'10" guy, Lawson Lee. I think he's going to grow from that matchup for sure. He proved strength-wise. He could go toe-to-toe with him. Lawson got behind the 8 ball a little bit early, got in foul trouble. So that hurt us early. And, I was looking at the box score a while ago. We only put up 9 in the first quarter, and then 22 in the second, like 18 in the third, 17 in the fourth. So, we dug ourselves a little bit of a hole early.
Right.
And I don't know if it's a 10 a.m. time funky game type deal, Maybe my warm-up routine's wrong. Maybe it's my fault. I don't know. But we didn't really get out of the gate the way we should have, so that hurt us. But, again, I had the rest of my day to go do some Christmas shopping and think about it, and I wasn't mad at all. Our kids back. I was very proud of them for it.
Very good. When you talk about post play, that's another thing that's a little bit different in today's game. Lots of teams don't have post play. So when you expose to that, it obviously makes it a little bit different.
And it's kind of odd. The bigs are coming back. Warren County, we had a nice win at Warren County the other night, down 12 again, which that's a trend I've got to stamp out. I'm tired of that.
Right.
They've got a really nice post player. We played Grundy County tonight. I've seen them live. They've got a nice post player. in their number 33 kid. You know what Blackman's got? They've got two really solid bigs. So it's maybe it's coming back.
Well, I'm an old school guy. I think that the game goes inside out. You work inside and you develop your inside game. I think that's kind of one of the keys, and it's kind of been a little bit lost on here lately. People are too enamored with the 3-pointer. Of course, 3-pointer is good too, but you mentioned 6'10", so you've got a post player then.
Correct, Lawson Lee. I was able to talk about him last time, and he deserves the mention, of course. And we're kind of at an impasse right now offensively, and I told our guys this. Lawson, on the year going into yesterday, I keep wanting to say last night, we played at 10 a.m., is leading us statistically in threes made and 3-point field goal percentage. So that's a great problem to have when your big can step out. And it is a problem to have, too, where, we still need him around the rim, play with his back to the basket and make his post moves because he's very skilled. And but, again, if you can be a dual threat like that, we're still going to let him shoot them.
That's kind of the way of the game these days anyway, is if you have a big who can shoot, you let him shoot.
Yeah, well, there's bigs and there's skilled bigs. And Lawson's got a lot of ball skill about him. He's had just such a phenomenal summer, really working, weight room included, but, working on his ball skill and his shot. And it's paying off for him for sure.
So let's talk a little bit about Carter Webb. You mentioned him, 16 for 16 from the free throw line. Talk about what he has done, because he had a really, really good year last year. Talk about what he's done so far this year.
Well, he's playing phenomenal. Again, put up 29 yesterday, of course, but he's been a little passive offensively, and I know why, because he's a very unselfish basketball player. Again, I mentioned Mac Moss before. Well, Mac's graduated. There's no true one. Well, he is our true point guard. So, in his mind, it is his job to get everybody else involved, and he does a great job of that. That was Franklin's whole game plan, was as soon as he crosses the timeline, send a runner at him. And they're double teaming him to make him give it up. And 9 times out of 10, he makes the right decisions. He's heady, crafty, but the Siegel Stars still need him to score the ball too. You got Dorian Lyles averaging 12 or 13, Lawson Lee averaging 12-ish, whatever. James Ruffner, another senior. I can't get out of here without mentioning his name. He's put the last 3 or 4 basketball games, just solid, especially defensively. But he's probably getting 7 or 8 for us a game these last several games. And some of that's Carter Webb finding the guys in the right spots and distributing the ball, but we still need Carter, to find his shots too.
Right. So it sounds like you've got some piece to the puzzle, Coach. With size, you got Webb who can score. You've got some of these other kids who will embrace their roles, and that's important to have a good basketball team is kids embracing their roles.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Another senior, Matthew Rice, number 11 for us. He's a football kid, but he's been with us for 4 years now. He's a 4-year basketball player at Siegel. True role guy. Arguably our best rebounder on the team, takes care of the basketball for us. He finds the Dorians. He finds the Carters. He doesn't care if he scores 1 or 10. Matthew's just a team guy. He understands his role.
So, Coach, you mentioned tonight, I know you played tonight, a little bit kind of opposite ends of the spectrum, 10 a.m. yesterday, 8:30 a.m. or 8:30 p.m. tonight. So talk a little bit about what you want to see tonight from the Siegel Stars.
Well, can you rebound off a tough loss? In their minds, they want to win. So in their minds, it's a tough loss. Again, I can take, it's still just December, putting my coaching hat on, I can say, guys, here's all the positives we can take away from this. Franklin can beat any team in our district. And that's no slight, please, to no team in our district.
Right.
They're a quality basketball team. And we can take how you battled back from 12, how you had a little adversity with foul trouble early. And had a chance, and you were right there. And I can show you on film 3 possessions, just 3.
Right.
That could get you the win if things go differently, And so I want them to take that going into tonight. Again, as a positive, it's hard to as a player. You're a competitor. You're an athlete. Dadgummit, we should have won yesterday. But, we got to move on.
So it sounds like you've got good competitive spirit amongst your team, which is also a very plus, big-time plus.
There's no aspect of character they play well together. They appreciate each other. They love each other. They're great with each other. Again, they share the ball, distribute the ball very well. It's just a great group. I love my guys.
So, Coach, sound like you've had a pretty challenging schedule to this point, and and that can be good news as you get ready for district play after the first of the year.
Yeah, I mean, we won 25 games last year, and with a very tough schedule too, mind you. But I don't ever go into a season saying we're going to win. We're going 30-0. Okay, all right. If we do, fantastic. But we try to schedule up. We try to, to a tough schedule to get us ready for a tough district.
Coach, so let's talk about the holidays here. I know you play tonight. What's on tap after tonight?
Speaking of tough scheduling, we go to Laverne to play, I think it's called a blackout, a Christmas classic type deal. We play Cedar Grove, Georgia, the 28th. It's 27th and 28th. Yes, the 27th, we play Cedar Grove, Georgia. They've got a kid that just got offered from Indiana and Cincinnati, so that's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
And then we play McCallie out of Chattanooga. That's going to be another tough test for us.
So anything that's on the Christmas list for Siegel basketball, I mean, something that you want to see your guys kind of open up and get as you head into the new year?
Oh, it's healthy, always. Santa, keep us healthy, please, always.
Well, health is one of the keys because, like, obviously, I know that you only have a certain number of kids on the roster, and you want to keep the good player. Well, you want to keep all of them healthy.
Truly answer your question. I mean, we've got to shoot the three ball better. You mentioned, shooting the three earlier. Statistically, we've just not been great. Outside of Lawson, and that's a great problem to have. But we've got to shoot the three ball better.
Because, in essence, that is what drives a lot of the game in this day and age.
100% correct. And if you're not an outside threat, then how are we going to get the ball into the 6-10?
Right on, brother. Right on. Yeah. It's simple math when it comes to that. As far like we talked about inside out kind of thing. If you can shoot outside, then it's easier to get the ball inside.
Of course.
Coach, we appreciate your time. Wish you the best of luck tonight and throughout the rest of the season. Matt Rigsby, Siegel Stars, doing great things.
Danny, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. The Coaches Show is brought to you by Craig's Tax Service, specializing in personal and business tax preparation, financials, and bookkeeping services. Find out more at CraigsTaxService.com.
This is a paid legal ad.
When a family member is lost as a result of someone else's negligence, the grief can be unbearable. It also leaves you with a lot of questions like, how did this happen? Who's responsible? And is my family going to be okay? That's a lot to go through, but with the law offices of